Hey folks, Machinery Pete here in sunny Orlando at the 2019 Commodity Classic, and we are going to visit with a company that's got some cool stuff going on. Condex, out of, let's see, you guys are north of Milwaukee.
Yep.
Right? Very
Elmira,
cool.
Wisconsin.
Elvira?
Lomira, Wisconsin.
Lomira, Wisconsin. Okay. And on the right here, we have Jake Gross. And Jake, what is your position with Condex?
I'm our aftermarket account manager.
Aftermarket account manager.
Yep.
And folks, on the left here, we have Andy, is it Theisen?
Yes.
And Andy, you are an engineer?
Yeah, I'm a senior applications engineer with Condex. And,
Senior application engineer.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. I do.
You do a little bit of everything.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, guys. Now I've been following, and of course the Condex KX7. You guys have your own website, Jake, for that.
Yep. KX7ag.com. You can go there to look at more information on the KX7. You can find testimonials, look at configurations based on your crops that you're harvesting, and all that information is out there as well.
And folks, you can see here, lots of folks looking. I've been noticing that on the farm show circuit this winter. Jake, tell us about the KX7.
Sure. So with the KX7, it's the design of the concave is a little bit different. They're half width, and then there's boxes within the concaves. And with that, we have two different box styles. We have our max thresh and we have a max round. And the max thresh is really designed to thresh everything as fast as possible. And then with that, what we're trying to do is create more room for separation and create better separation.
Okay.
So then we have our max round box that we're accomplishing that with. So everything has a helical design, meaning that there's
helical?
Helical, correct. So there's a lot of angles in the boxes. Our max thresh box is a much more aggressive angle because, again, we're trying to get the threshing done right away there.
Okay.
And then our max round is a less aggressive angle but still has a slight angle to it to continue to disrupt that crop mat and improve your separation now that we've created more room for separation.
Can you walk us over and give us a little look here?
Sure. Yep. So here you can see the two different box styles, our max thresh and our max round. And the max thresh, the angle you can see is much more aggressive. And then the max round is a less aggressive angle, but still on an angle.
Okay.
And that's important for the max round because now the max round boxes, or the round bars, don't line up from front to back. So if you imagine the next frame in sequence here, you see these round bars don't line up all the way from front to back. So that continues to disrupt that crop mat and really improve that separation after you've done your threshing right away.
And KX7 Concave has been out how long, Jake?
For about 5 years.
Okay. And results that you guys are getting?
They've been really great. We work with a lot of people in a lot of different tough conditions.
Sure.
And that's really where we see it shine, I guess you can say. Going between fields and between different conditions, it's a lot easier for the operators. They don't have to make quite as many adjustments. A little bit more forgiving for them.
Okay.
Just because of the design of some of the angles. And then the whole concept behind it is improving the threshing up front. So guys that maybe think they're having separator problems, a lot of times it turns out to be a threshing problem.
Okay.
So now that they can thresh better up front and create more room for separation and create better separation with a helical round bar design, they can really improve that and improve the overall efficiency of their combine.
Andy, hop in here. From the engineering side, a different type of a look and feel to what we're used to. But again, it's got to be all about results, right?
That's right. And like Jake was saying, really what we're trying to do is accomplish the threshing as quickly as possible. And the angle of our bar, while it's a very aggressive angle, we also have a high wear coating on it, this tungsten carbide laser cladding on the top and leading surface. And what that does for us is two things. One, it's extremely high wear, but second, it also creates almost a rounded corner that while we have a very aggressive bar angle, it's a very gentle edge. So it's kind of the best balance out there of aggressive and still gentle.
Okay, guys. Again, now let's talk, Jake, about the visuals, the results. What have been people saying? And I understand you guys have some testimonials from across the country.
Yep.
People are pretty happy with KX7.
Yeah, a lot of testimonials out there, and we're adding more. So we're getting those as quick as we can. We took 5 or 6 more this year from people that were very satisfied that we were able to talk to. And then, so that's all available on our KX7 Ag website. As far as the performance advantages that they're seeing, generally it's more capacity that they're gaining because they're improving their separation. With some of the setting recommendations that we have with our system. They see improved grain quality, and then a cleaner sample as well. So,
Setting recommendations, talk about that.
so as a general rule of thumb, it changes with different crops and different conditions, obviously, but we recommend starting on the higher end for concave clearance for what the OEMs are recommending in their book for your specific crop, and then the lower end of rotor speed. And then as you're making adjustments, work on the concave clearance end of things first,
Okay.
and then you can work with the rotor speed if you need to from there.
Okay, now guys, let's back up a little bit and talk about Kondex. Again, located in Wisconsin. How far back does the company go, Andy?
Yeah, Condex was founded back in 1974.
74.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, and we've been really an OEM supplier for the majority of that time. Our bread and butter product is sickle sections and
Sure.
knife assemblies.
Okay.
But we build all kinds of cutting parts and high wear parts for most of the major OEs.
And Jake, so even if folks maybe aren't super familiar with Kondex name, they've been using your parts for 40 years, 40 plus.
It's very possible that their headers that they have cutting soybeans and wheat are using Condex products on them, really no matter what color they are. So
There you go, folks. That blue Kondex, they've been around a while and making great products. And the KX7, again, Jake, you said how many years? 5, 6, 7?
in that 5-year,
Okay.
since we've had it out available in the market.
Okay. Well, now let's shift to even a newer product that I guess is generating quite a bit of buzz. Guys, why don't you tell us about it here?
Yeah, sure. So we have our straw claw blade, we call it, which is a straw chopper knife.
What was the name again, Jake?
The straw claw blade.
Straw claw blade.
So straw claw. And what we have here is on the right is a new blade, and you can see there's a pattern on the back side of the blade. So it starts off with just the normal bevels that you would see on a straw chopper knife. But then we apply this hard-facing pattern with a process called laser cladding. It's a tungsten carbide hard-facing, the same thing that we're putting in our max thresh boxes for the concaves. And then what that allows it to do is create a wear pattern within the hard-facing pattern. So you can see on the used blade here, where the material between the hard-facing pattern is wearing faster.
So this
than
was
the hard-facing.
a new straw claw last fall.
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
And this one was run in mainly corn and soybeans, and you can see that serration pattern starting to wear. And with the hard-facing pattern, what we have is we create a self-serrating, self-sharpening blade, and we do the self-sharpening piece by putting it on the flat side. So as that bevel wears away, it continues to create a sharp tip on those laser-clad points there that continue to cut the material and don't allow the material to slide off the end of the blade.
So you've introduced a product here, self-sharpening.
Yep, self-serrating, self-sharpening blade.
So it could, in essence, perform better as it wears.
Yep, and that's really what we're targeting is improved performance over the life of the blade. It will last slightly longer, but the main thing is that we're getting maintained or in some cases improved cutting performance as those serrations wear in over the life of the blade instead of seeing your blade cutting quality diminish over the life of the blade.
So that, and you just introduced it. Was it last season, Andy?
Yeah, we first had it available last year.
Okay.
Spring of 2018,
Okay.
we had it available for John Deere and later in the year Kloss machines.
Okay.
This year we're expanding it a little further with Gleaner and the Case 240, 250
Okay.
series.
Nice.
With further expansions planned
Sure.
for
Sure.
later this year and into next year.
Sure. And Jake, what performance-wise, folks that had it out last year that gave it a shot, I understand the feedback has been pretty positive here.
Yeah, it's been very positive. It's been very popular for a lot of people that are reducing tillage, either switching to a strip till or going to no-till,
Sure.
or maybe just generally trying to reduce their footprint in the field a little bit more. They really like how it sizes the residue much better than their current blades, and they can manage that residue much better. A couple of things that we've heard is you hear a lot about residue management, but you don't think about the first time you have an opportunity to manage that residue is when the combine goes to the field.
Yeah.
So we're really trying to take advantage of the harvest season and with
Sure.
concaves get as much out of the crop that you have there,
Right.
and then with the straw claw, prepare that field for next year planting.
Boy, on a couple fronts, with the way ag is right now and our challenges, I can see why you're getting the lean in there.
Yeah.
You kind of a little bit of a game changer going on. Pretty exciting.
Yeah, definitely. we've seen both products, the Kondex KX7 and the Kondex straw claw, really take off in the last couple of years, and we'll be continuing to, like Andy said, add new mix and models available for straw claw and KX7.
And Andy, probably not at liberty to say any new products you're working on, but as an engineering guy,
Sure.
is that part of the Kondex philosophy or core, just to keep innovating?
It is, and really at the core, that's what this is all about for us. You know, we're a manufacturer of high quality parts, but yet we also want to make sure we're pushing the envelope and giving the best solutions for the growers out there to, you know, maximize their efficiencies and hopefully help them on their bottom line as well. So
Kind of goes back to the founder and how the company got started 45 years ago.
Exactly.
Nice.
That's you know, that always improving mentality is something that is really at the core of what we're doing. So
Well, that resonates in farm country. We all need to be better and have to be better these days. Now, Jake, we talked about the website for the Concave, the KX7ag.com.
Yep, that's correct.
Okay, now for your straw claw and your other products for Condex, you sell them through, is it dealers mostly?
So we have a distributor network that we work with that has their network of dealers for each distributor. So
Do you have that little sheet with the lists of some of these distributors? Let's hold this up and show folks.
Yep.
Some really well-known names here.
Yep.
If you're interested in products.
You can see here Allstate Tag Parts, CFC Distributors, General Implement, and John Day. And then we have the online arrow clicker points, I guess you could say, for ones that have good online websites that you can also order through.
Right. And the Condex website itself is just condex.com.
Correct, yep, Condex.com.
Okay.
You can also find more information about these products on that website as well.
Okay.
Straw claw and KX.
Gotcha.
there everybody's crowded in.
Okay, guys, we got to touch on just a couple more things now with Condex competitively, being that you have worked with some of the major, like all the major manufacturers all these years on products. That knowledge gain must really help as you continue to tweak your products going forward. Is that the case, Andy?
Yeah, I think it really is. I mean, you know, nobody knows everything when it comes to the design of these products, and you piece a lot of things together and take some good ideas that you see that work in other applications and try to marry them with some of the products that we work on. And it's definitely been beneficial for us to understand some of the processes, design principles. That,
Again, playing off that great relationship Condex has with the manufacturers.
Right.
And on that line, Jake, I think you were mentioning that Condex actually was, Supplier of the Year?
Yeah, in 2017 we were John Deere Supplier of the Year, so just kind of the whole theme of everything with trying to be innovative and come up with new products. We're not just making a part that manufacturers ask us to make necessarily. We're being innovative and providing them with ideas to help them innovate as well.
And that was really a big part of that award, was the fact that we bring innovation to them and share that technology.
You keep the OEMs you're working with, keep them on the cutting edge with your knowledge. So, yeah, I love that two-way street that you guys are walking there, your history with the OEMs, and then also pushing on your own. And back to the KX7 here a little bit, Andy, you were talking. It's evolved over the years since it's been out. Is that correct?
Yeah,
in the design?
It has. It really. We took a design that was really optimized for small grains and made it, Americanized it, if you want to say that, and really found ways to make it work exceptionally well in both corn and soybeans. The majority of the acres here in the U.S. are obviously growing right now. So.
And again, a lot of the development, some of those, I won't say ideas or directions to go, came from working with the big OEMs and all that.
In some cases, you build upon what you see work and what you've learned through conversation, and apply it in the field, and sometimes you surprise yourself with what actually does work. So.
Well, you engineers, I like hanging out with you guys because I always learn how you think. But thanks again for telling us, guys. And folks, hit Condex.com for all the great stuff they're doing here. Thanks again, guys.
Yep, thank you.
Ram Trucks, premier vehicle of Machinery Pete TV.